Please make sure to subscribe and hit this bell icon and say all and save. And that's all you need so you don't miss my pretty face. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our regular series of the week. And this week we're going to be covering our conjunction of 4 planets, the 4 planetary conjunction of Mercury, Venus, Mars, and Ketu. And what happens when Mercury, Venus, Mars, and Ketu are conjunct in your horoscope. And as always, if you do not know if you have this conjunction, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, all the other astrological details, for that check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction Aspects, and Mahadashas at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. So, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and Ketu conjunction. So, Mercury, as you know, represents your communication, your speech, your aunts, your uncles, it's your skills. Mercury also represents transportation. Venus is spouse, vehicles, girlfriend, love, relationship. Mars is action, strength, fight, violence. Ketu is also violence. Ketu is separation. Ketu is inward, the world which is inward. Ketu is an unpredictable planet. So what happens with this conjunction? Well, one of the things that you will get with this conjunction is that the spouse is going to be very fiery. Extremely fiery spouse. Constantly trying to come with a sword to attack, especially like through conversation and words. Spouse will try to overpower you. Whether it's through, small conversations, decision making, they will always try to overpower you. Now, this can be you as well. Why? If this conjunction is occurring in the ascendant, it's affecting you. You're the one who's also going to try to control the spouse. This is the person who does very well with coding, computer programming, mathematics. This is a person whose speech, their speech and their spouse's speech, is going to be very harsh. They will use all the curse words. They will use all the aggressive language to get their point across. They'll get frustrated very quickly when things don't go their way or somebody tries to, win them in a debate. This is like, just imagine a beautiful scissor standing. It's doing nothing. But if you try to tell it to do something, it's a scissor. What is it going to do? It's going to cut. So no matter how beautiful the scissor is, it could be gold. It could be made of pure gold. It could be made of diamond. Okay? But still, a scissor is a scissor. So when you say, okay, scissor, it's time for you to do something that you're supposed to do. Well, it's DNA, it's scissor. What is it going to do? It's going to cut. So no matter what, this person will always either get cut or wants to cut. Metaphorically and physically. Now, the other thing that we also see with this, especially if this occurs in the 12th house of either birth or the Navamsha chart, it can show one could have been sexually abused. One could have had a very violent reaction to some sexual interaction. You can even, see rapes, but obviously they have to be seen through a microscope. And it's hard because it's literally certain nakshatras are the one that will bring about, that violence towards, one's protective sexual energy. It can also show somebody who can overpower another person in a sexual activity. Like men or women who like to really take control during the sexual intercourse. It can produce that type of a conjunction. But, like I said, this conjunction can produce both sides of the coin, depending upon the nakshatra, depending upon the situation. You really have to look at the situation, how the planets are placed in the Navamsha. But this particular conjunction is also very good for an athlete, somebody who can, become a sports trainer, somebody who can do very well in any kind of like a sports and yoga and meditation teacher. Because when you have a meditation teacher with this conjunction, what it shows that a person has really mastered that volcano within themselves. Because like if you want to go to the person who was completely opposite of a yoga or meditation teacher, they were either, let's say, doing drugs, they were partying all the time, they were the bullies, they were the one who were giving violence upon other people. And if they became a yoga or meditation teacher and you saw that calmness in front of them, you want to go to that person that, hey, how did you overcome this? How did you take control of these planets within you? This is where you will understand the power of yoga and meditation. You can't just go with somebody who has a great planets in their chart and like, you teach me. Well, of course they're going to teach you. They are naturally inclined towards being peaceful. They're naturally inclined towards, that spiritual energy. But the ones who is not, and then they are, like with this conjunction you may find, that's the teacher you want to actually learn from. They're the one who have controlled this energy within themselves. And obviously this is a person who is highly sexual, but also has a very unusual, awkward way of looking at sex or object of their desire, whether it's a male or female. They may not look at the other person as, somebody who's somebody with feeling. They'll look at them as like this sex object. But again, what happens with this conjunction, because Ketu is here, there's this dissatisfaction early on. Dissatisfaction early on in life with, the sexual experiences. Because Ketu is right there with Venus. Ketu does not care for sexual satisfaction. Ketu is the other end of the sexual satisfaction. So it can produce a lot of confusion, and the sexual chemistry may not be there due to communication or due to having either exceeding the energy within the body. So this is a very finite conjunction that really has to be judged with a lens to see how it's operating. Okay. So guys, this is my analysis of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Ketu conjunction. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. If you want to know where your conjunction is placed, all my books, reports, consultations, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.